My name is Ann. This is Ann. This is Ann.
And
Not the letters, both of us.
not to confuse it with the boss.
And I'm very Auntie.
Okay, one time for the one time. The topic this evening is broke men equals angry men. Agree or disagree?
Facts.
Big facts. Big.
The poorer, the angrier.
I concur. I agree with the rich auntie and
I does agree with the rich auntie.
I agree with the rich auntie and because I'm sorry. A nigga
Don't
who
do the
not
ones
money
that
is never
say-
happy.
Those are the ones that say,
Unless he got one of them girlfriends that he's standing behind her when she checking out.
and they still be angry.
They just angry people. And like I told
They
Melania
do.
before
They do
you got
still
on the
be angry. As
call,
soon as they get in the car.
they are hostile. They are
Right.
very hostile. They have hostile outlooks on what gender roles would be. They typically tend to favor more onto the 50-50. They have a very, very, very rare.
You
do
could
you
have passed me
find
the
them-
card so I could pay for it.
Yeah, or very rare do they have the complex of, I'm gonna take care of my woman. They look at everything as a quote unquote, or they code it as a quote unquote teamwork. We're a team, we're doing this together.
Or I don't need you to do that for me because I can do it for myself. My mom taught me, blah, blah.
Right. They typically, if you ever notice, a man who is a provider, and I don't always just mean financially. I'm talking just generally just providing security,
the mindset.
Who's wealthy.
So a man who is a provider.
The dominant mindset.
Correct.
Right.
If you notice a man who is actually a provider, they will never have a conversation about what you bring to the table. That is never a conversation.
Never.
Topic.
Never.
That's never even something that they would even discuss with their woman. In addition to the fact that when men start to make more money, they begin to become more like, yeah, I can take care of this. Yeah, I got this. It ain't no problem. Why not?
Yes.
And because they become more confident. But it's just, that's just natural. Anybody. I know some people will say, like, money doesn't, money is the root of evil, blah, blah, blah. But I promise you, you give a man a fucking, give him $100,000. I promise you,
you gonna have a
different boyfriend.
Yes.
You gonna have a different husband.
Yes.
You gonna have a different.
Honestly though, but you know what? In the same breath, I can honestly say you find out the real type of man you're dealing with.
Absolutely.
Because just like you said, yes, you got some men out here that's out here, they not broke, but they feel like, well, what does a woman bring to the table? And it's like at the end of the day, you don't want a woman. You want somebody to split these bills with because you just said what you bring to the table was how sissy, but you just said you don't need me to cook for you. You don't need me to clean for you. You your shit is not nothing. Why am I
You want a roommate?
all the bills?
You want free pussy? Let me out.
It sounds like you moderately indifferent to that. Do we need to call a homeboy?
If you ask any
What do
man,
you really want?
any man who is not a laborer, and they will literally not, it would never be a question about I'll give you an example. My brother, right? Love my brother to death. He will literally,
We gonna say you know somebody. Somebody.
No, my brother.
Insert edit.
My brother. You
This that I'm don't let me know. My brother.
No.
Seeing them, brother. Hey, how you doing?
He is a provider in every sense of the word, to the point where it will detriment. If it detriments him, he still will go and make sure, hey, baby, you don't got to worry. Because that's what he's indoctrinated.
Yes.
He will go out and make sure that you're good. You're taking care of you. If you want to work or whatever. He's never. I have asked my sister-in-law. She has never. I've asked her, like, does he ever ask you, like, what you bring to the table? He's like, he's never asked me that conversation. We've never had that conversation. Never, not once. My second oldest brother, same thing. A provider in every sense of the word.
These are not.
These are things that they do not ask. They don't ask those questions because they don't have a reason to. Like, there's no...
Because they are real men.
There is no... You know what's crazy, though? The thing that I have always felt like, yes, a man who has it is always willing to give and invest in something he's interested in. I've always felt like that. And it's like, it really don't even... One of the things I used to say is I would rather have me a man that work at McDonald's to give me his whole check than a man who is, let's just say, makes a good bit, let's just say slightly wealthy and wants to give me an allowance. Why? Just because I feel like that mentality was behind that man. You know, it's not here. This is all I got. Take what I need versus here, make this work. And I feel like that mentality is so important to me because at the end of the day, it's not even just about 50-50 or, you know, a man protecting, providing. We all, like, we're all human. We all go through life and stuff changes. And at the end of the day, just, I feel like the stigma behind the whole men taking care of us, has come from men feeling like, yeah, I'm gonna do all of this, I'm gonna invest in her, and then as soon as I ain't got it, she get ready to go to the next. And it's like, no, when you got you a real one, just like females, when they got a real man, they gonna step up, they gonna do what they supposed to do. Absolutely. Because baby, this is us at the end of the day.
Yes.
And I feel like it's not even so much men not having it, it's them not feeling appreciated and feeling valued. And it's not, you got a lot of men in this generation that was raised by, I don't care, single women who felt like I can raise a man, I can teach him how to be a man, and I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. No, you don't. You don't. You can't. You can't. All day long, you can't. You need a man. You teach him. You teach him how to be a man. Okay, then I don't want to hear it because you can't. You need that man. The only advice you pay a man is if you are a man. Yep. Exactly. Because even us as women, even us as Black women, we have no idea. We have a concept. We have a concept, but we have no idea what it feels like to be a Black man in America. We can only speculate. We only know our point of view and our experiences from the Black men in our lives. And so at the end of the day, it's like, yes, I get it. We gotta, you know, play the hand that we was dealt. But I feel like 1,000% you women out here that are, you know, standing on 10 toes, that's fine. He don't need his daddy. I got this. I can teach him how to be. You're not. Y'all are the reason why we're coming across men who are like, well, I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I can do my own laundry. I don't need a woman to do that. I'm domestic. Sorry. The conversation. Sorry. So what do you need me to do? The conversation you're asking me, what do I bring besides pussy? But pussy, it sounds like the only thing you maybe want is that, and you may be privy to the other side. The conversation starts and I know some people are probably, you know, disagree with me, but the conversation starts with women. Women set the tone for every situation. I don't care how you want to, I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how you want to portray it. Women set the tone. They set the tone for how men will treat us, how men we allow it. They're the ones that are, I have the majority, you know, they're the ones that's scarce. So they have to do whatever we're complicit to. You understand? So if we were out, like, think about, you're assuming they're smart enough to understand the numbers. They ain't all smart enough to understand they still out here throwing at us. Well, that's why you gonna end up old and unmarried. That's not a fact for us. No, it's not. It's not. It's not a fact. No, we can video said when they asked a bunch of females, would you be okay with living in a world or an island of just all women? All women said yes. We asked a bunch of women, would you be okay with living on an island with just a bunch of men? No man is going to be okay with that. No, because it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not. They don't have women set that standard and set that tone. So if I don't go across, if I'm walking down the street and somebody say, "Hey, little mama," and somebody turns around because that's what they like, they'll continue to do it. But if they continue to get ignored, they're going to have no choice but to say, "Excuse me, miss, can I talk to you?" Because they have no choice, right? Because no one is right. Because have the thought process. That's what women should have the thought process to say, I'm not going to allow this. I am going to allow this. And if I allow it once, I'm going to allow it another time. After I allow it that time, I may say I'm not going to allow it again. But hey, this man now has the thought process of, I did it 2-3 times. She won't let me do it again. And hell, she might let him do it again. It has to be up to her to say, I'm getting sick and tired. I'm not going to let this happen again. And then turn around and walk away. If the woman set the tone, she's right. Yes, they will set the tone. We set the tone. We're more powerful than we like to believe. It's that song where he says, "This is a man's world, but it wouldn't mean nothing without a woman." That's a very true statement. Yeah. You just don't.
you're not going to be able to, like, we create the standard. Like I said, if you look at what women look like as far as like celebrities and influencers, things like that, BBLs wasn't a thing. When one woman started coming out promoting BBLs, they started putting big booty girls in the videos. That was a thing. But you look at old school videos, and I'm not even talking like, you don't even got to go to the 90s. I'm talking like early 2000s, like the beautiful video with Snoop Dogg and Pharrell. Find me a lot of women in there that have big booties in that video. Big booties. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the standard back then. That was the standard of what that was. But once that started to change because women started to become more in line with, oh, well, let me get the bigger butt because I think that's going to get the man's attention, as a versus to the skinny girl. So let me put myself on a different pedestal now, because when the skinny girls are getting the attention, but let me see if I can do something different. Because everything in life is competition. Whether you know it, whether you're in it, whether you realize it or not, you're always trying to, men, we're trying to get chose, right? Like, that's what we want. We want to be taken off the market. We want to be married. We want to be whatever. So we're going to do something and step it up a little bit. So now it's like, oh, let me see what this look like with a big booty now. And then a man is like, oh yeah, I like this. Oh, that's appealing. You know what I'm saying? Let me go over here and see what she got. Common trend. And I don't care. A lot of women say, oh, I'm not doing it for, a man. I do it for myself. And that's true. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done,
to an extent,
you look in the mirror and you go out and you carry yourself with a certain prestige because you're not say looking, but there's a certain attention that you expect to receive, right?
Exactly.
If I go out and I wear
I just spoke about
a tube top and booty shorts and I'm walking down the street.
Do it. Mom, we need a picture. Picture it in. We need to see it. We need to see it.
Crank it up.
Yeah.
I go out and I do
what that
it.
look like? We want to follow. I don't even know what something is. We don't understand weird picture to describe.
Now we need to visualize.
That one topic. We don't fully understand.
What's the mirror? Now we need a visual.
What topic? Come on.
But again, like I said that to say, like, we'll set that standard. We will put that into play. We will make that, we control a lot more than we realize. Even when it comes to like being submissive, a lot of women have that concept like, I just do whatever you say, but you really have a lot more power than you think that you do, because even when you submit to that man,
submission is power, ladies, all day.
You have a lot more control than you is portrayed to have, and we just have a negative association with it because the word submissive, or just to submit to something, comes as a negative thing. Like, I'm like, look at a woman like me. I mean, I'll have a doctor, a doctorate or whatever, and I'm the doctor. You submit to me, but like, it's just a different.
But to submit is to hand over control, and without you submitting, that person would never be in a position of authority. Absolutely. Meaning that you have that control. Power is given. That's power in your yes. Power in my yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But it turns into, now you have to now give control to a person who is angry because they don't have the money. Who you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying? Now you're submitting to a person who doesn't have anything, or maybe you're not submitting to that person, and now you're walking around emasculating them. Like, yeah, you can shut up, nigga, because I did this. Like, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at my stuff, and like, I was reading like old text messages, like from. Like, I was trying to like clear off some stuff in my phone, and I'm reading text messages when I was in college, and I was reading that stuff, and it was like, there was no way I would let a man talk to me the way I let him talk to you.
That's exactly what we say. Like, that person, like, no, that person can never get back with me. Like, that person can never get with me today. Like, back then is not the same me as today. The me today has grown. The me today has evolved. The me today will understand and acknowledge the fact that this is what I won't go for. Like, I should talk to me yesterday or 10 years ago or how many years ago and understand and let them know, like, hey, you don't deserve this. You deserve better. You are better. So why would you allow this to happen?
No, seriously.
No, I 1,000% agree. Definitely, we have to. One of the things I feel like our generation definitely could benefit from, even overcoming that angry broke man. Is like, everybody is not good with stuff. It's like, you meet a man who's bad with his money. Okay, let's figure out how to fix this. Anytime, like, I haven't always been with men that can take care of me. But y'all know I am a brat, and yes, I expect to not be responsible for bills. Let alone, God forbid, you leave me to figure out how to pay them by myself. Like, absolutely not. Like, this is not going to end well.
But being a good leader
for so long.
But being a good leader and being a protector and leading the household would know, hey, I'm not good at this, so let me give this to the person that is. That's identifying.
That's what I was gonna say.
A good leader is somebody who knows how to delegate. That's leadership 101. You can pick up any book, any how to. You have to know how to delegate, because when you start to consume and take on every role, it just becomes too much. It's not, one, you're not a robot, and two, it's overwhelming. It's just too much. But when you're able to delegate, that's why in the presidency, you have people who run and work for different departments. That's why there's a Department of Justice and a Department of this and a Department of Education. Well, it used to be a Department of Education, but it's all of these different things that you have.
In a perfect world, right?
You have a cabinet, and you have a cabinet for this reason. It's not just
everybody has their role.
And even in a dictatorship,
job,
that king, that dictator, he talks to somebody. Somebody else is going out and figuring out what's going on with the military and what's going on with this, whatever. They have a council.
They're figuring out what needs to be done.
So you have to be able to know and be comfortable and be man enough, okay? And I say that be man enough to say, hey, I'm not good at this. This is not something it's not my strong suit. And understanding that makes you more of a man than less of a man, because if you just can't do it, then baby, you just cannot do it. And that comes with anything.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It comes with anything.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing. But you got to be real with yourself.
I feel like we're so busy trying to compete with like the outside world and flexing to show, okay, this is what we got, and we're so focused on this rat race of trying to just be ahead and not even necessarily keep up with the Joneses, but just social media and just, hey, I got this, I got that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it's like, bro, back in the day, like, it was not frowned upon. And okay, well, my husband's the stupid one, but I'm the smart one, so I got all of this. The man still went about life, protect, provide. Like, it's CC those in relationships. At the end of the day, is you find your person, y'all figure out how to make stuff work. But at the end of the day, y'all gotta have them conversations, because I'm sorry, me, you can't kind of me.
It's so much harder in the world for people nowadays, because let me figure out the best way to say it. I feel like it's a lot harder for people our age to do that because their parents didn't teach them to communicate. Their parents told them to listen or not be heard, to be seen, and to stay in a child's place. So no one was teaching them to communicate. Yes, no one was teaching them to communicate. No one was teaching them to have a conversation. No one was teaching them to comprehend. It's just to listen. You listen to what I have to say, and that's it. So when they become adults, they sit there and be like, oh, well, you keep nagging me, or every time you say something, you're trying to argue with me and you're being combative. No, but when I'm just trying to give you my point of view, I'm trying to give you my side, but instead of you listening to me, I have to be the person that is going against you. But again, we go back to the fact that these men are being raised by women. So that's why they want to go back and forth with you. That's why they want to be combative. And they only see other people talking back to them as being combative. They don't see it as having a conversation or being able to communicate. That not only, also we're in a world where people keep saying, we need to communicate. No, we need to comprehend. We need people to actually.
I was just going to say, are we comprehending?
Goodness, the world we are in today, people can't communicate or comprehend. Like, let's get it together. What the heck?
Yeah, I don't think I think it's just a thing where, we in our adult lives we unpack a lot, whatever your childhood was like, whether it was great or whether it was terrible, or you was just, in between. You have to, as an adult, you're combating a lot of different things, and you're learning about yourself. And when the beauty of, having a partner and being in a relationship is that you're able to grow, I always tell like my friends who get married and things like that, every time I write in the card is that love is a verb, and it's an action. And a lot of people get complacent with that, where they don't understand, like, you're constantly every day waking up, choosing that individual, and that includes them growing through that process and learning how to communicate is one of those things where you need to be able to just understand, like, you got to start understanding your shortcomings and your weaknesses. Hey, I check out after a certain amount of time because I get frustrated easily. Okay, well, I'm not going to force you to down a conversation down your throat, but we do need
Or I
to
get
we need to be able to
too
grow
much for
patience,
me.
but at the same time, exactly, patience is something that needs to happen in that conversation. If that's the type of partner you have, if you have a partner who has an avoidant attachment style where they may check out and they have to go and sit someplace else, but you don't have that same type of attachment style. It's about learning who that person is. And you're like, okay, well, avoidant attachment style is a trigger for me. I don't like that. You can't just leave me or walk away. But, maybe you can sit in another room and calm yourself down. Maybe I can go upstairs and you go downstairs. Maybe you can sit in the bathroom or you go sit in your car or do something like that. But that's, again, whatever, you have to find things that work for you and your partner. And unfortunately, a lot of times before you can even get to that point, a lot of relationships don't even make it to that because they don't understand attachment styles. They don't understand communications. They don't understand learning styles. Like those are different things that help with how you are able to communicate. Like, for example, I'm an auditory learner. So you tell me something one time, maybe twice, I can pick it up. I don't gotta really, put my hands on it to see it. But there are some people who learn by physical touch. I need to do it in order for me to do it. And there are some people who says I need to see it.
And you're doing, but I need to physically do it myself for me to actually understand and comprehend what you're
Correct. And there's some people who just need to see you do it. Let me just see you do it and let me mimic it. There's a whole psychology behind learning styles, attachment styles, and that all bridges into how you communicate. But another thing I will say with, us beautiful, beautiful women, you got to be willing to listen because a lot of times a person who is like, I don't do this, I am definitely guilty, which is probably why I've had the dating life that I've had. Because listen, who you talking to? Who you talking to? What you mean? Like, what you talking about? You talking to me? You're not even in my tax bracket, big dog.
I feel like someone needs to put you in a situation or make you feel a way to where as though you're like, okay, I can allow you to lead me. Because I understand of allowing men to lead, but I am not going to let nobody lead me into a ditch. That is always my biggest thing. I don't want nobody to lead me into a ditch. So I'm not going to just allow any man to lead. Like you said, I'm not letting a broke man lead.
And that comes with it comes with discernment. You have to every day. I wake up and ask God when I wake up in the morning and I say I have my talks with my man upstairs. I always ask for discernment because you have to be able to discern. But even if you have a man who you think is like, look, I think this might be a ditch down here. I don't think we should go this way. They also have to be willing to say, what? Let me see what you're saying. So you saying I shouldn't go this? I shouldn't take a right here. Sometimes they do have to learn the hard way. Sometimes people just got to learn the hard way. They just got to learn and see it on their own and be like, I told you so. But you don't got to tell them I told you so. But it'd be an I told you so moment. But, you're not going to keep leading me into, dumbass decisions. Again, like,
I'm sorry. I stopped mid try. I'd be like, hold on, wait, what we going? We passed that tree twice. No, I'll sit right here while you figure it out. I'll sit right here. I'm gonna figure it out.
She is a brat. She is allowing people to do things. She is a brat. She is not taking move.
Listen.
None of the Atlanta joint. Yeah, that's the problem he had with the Atlanta joint. He wanted to. It's like, hey, look, I'm gonna follow you, but hey, look, that look like it's a ditch over there. And he was like, nah, it's cool. Just come on. No. But we getting close now, and it still looks like a ditch. And now he like, just chill out. You doing too much. Just come on. No. Okay, well you go ahead. You go ahead. I'm gonna wait for you.
And come back and let you know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You told him to this. Hold on. I'm gonna go get you. Hold on. See? No, it's a difference. Okay. Yes, I will follow. I will submit. However, comment that does have to be earned. Okay. The moment at which you show me, the train is derailing. Oh, baby, I'm getting off. I was off 2 stops ago. I didn't like the way it was going. It was a little bumpy. No.
I said that ride or die stuff out the window, big dog.
Well, you allow this person to lead you to the ditch, but not get in the ditch. You're going to jump off the train, but you're also going to help this man out and then continue to keep leading you.
No.
Okay.
No. I said I got off. No. I ain't never said no nonsense like that. Absolutely not. Absolutely
She sound
not.
like, what was that girl named Precious? I ain't never said no shit like that.
No. It's like, no. It's like, hey. It's like, oh, that's crazy. You fell in a ditch. That's wild. Is that the ditch I was telling you? Oh, it was? That's crazy. That's wild.
And then you said, give me a second, let me help you out. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, I did. I did. I'm not helpful. I'm not. I'm seeing you. So what I meant by that, there wasn't a literal statement, because no, I'm done.
I want to make sure you ain't helping
off the train. No, because so problem though, you know that Atlanta joint hit me up recently. They was at a fight and they thought they seen me, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy. I'm in the gym and talk to you later. They look, then they hit me up. They hit me up again like few days later. I didn't even respond. Okay, thank you iOS 26 for that update, because it definitely still triggered that message, and I didn't see it until like another 3 days later, and I was like, I'm not going back to respond, because good Lord knows, like, no, sir. You have one time to clearly demonstrate this is not going to work. I'm not going to keep playing with you. Now, yes, am I a female and I have my moments? Yes, I've been stupid in love. Okay. I didn't, I don't
We all have.
And I shouldn't have. And again, I say, we're not throwing babies out with the bathwater. The whole reason that the Atlanta John got sent back to Atlanta when they did is because this is not working. I see the ditch. You fighting. You talking about something? Nah, that's just a puddle. That's not a ditch. Okay, and no, I can't keep going with you. I'm gonna be over here. You go ahead.
You show me what I needed to say, and I'm not about to sit here and keep playing with you. Okay.
And I'm not. I got to go. I got to go. So yeah, I mean, don't get it twisted just because we submissive over here. That no. That has to be earned, not given. That is earned all day long. You know how many fake doms I done pissed off for coming at me because they want some. Come on, be a good girl. Do what I tell you. Excuse me. I am a good girl. I am not your good girl. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not how this works. I just met you. I just met you. Don't go giving me orders and tell me one of my favorite colors.
She said, I just met my what they saying. Mind you, this is my first time here. So,
mind you, look.
Mind you, this is my first time meeting
you.
Mind you, this is my first time meeting you.
Hello. Talking about some nice to be a good girl for daddy. Who is that? You are not that. No, you are not. You are not. Dave.
Not him.
Absolutely not.
I also would like to say, I don't understand how men want to be in polyamorous relationships and be broke. I don't understand how people want to be doms and be broke.
Okay,
how are you doing these things and be broke?
So I have a personal story about that, and just in case this gets on the airwaves.
Oh my gosh. I was going. Look, you gotta make up names as we go. Okay?
Just in case he hears this.
Gotta make
my fault, my bad.
I don't know who he is.
But I had a conversation with a significant other, and in that conversation, it was brought up about, being in a polygamous relationship. And, the big masculine Shantae in me, the big money, Auntie? Big money tag. I said, how you going to have another wife and you can barely take care of me? And, hindsight, I probably shouldn't have said that to that man. You feel me? Because that was very, I didn't have to say it that way. I didn't have to say it in that way.
The message from the law firm.
I didn't have to say it in that regard, but it's a very true statement.
She started the conversation saying that men who don't make the most money are be the angriest, and yet she want to start this conversation.
Podcast topic. This is what I'm gonna do.
Listen to women going in trying to start some shit.
I don't know why they act like that. Yeah, I told you shut up.
I told you I was reading my own
messages. Little bags, all okay.
I was reading my own messages. I told you. I said it would never be. I would never let a man fuck to me the way that I fuck to these men. Like I was just really ruthless. Like I said some crazy stuff. I was
take that shit. Stop. Shantae back now looking at you like, how does she talk to these people like that, baby? Tell the truth. You both thought everybody.
Say it again.
Look, Bestie taught me to be nice to everybody. I taught her to be nice to men.
Goodness.
Y'all are welcome.
Listen, God is still working on me. God is still working on me. God is still working on me.
We both still a work in progress. We getting there.
I'm still working on me. You know, I'm not a perfect person. Okay, a lot of
Yeah.
She is just a rich auntie, and we are in them. Okay.
But also, we are human, so we make mistakes. We understand that we don't always say the right things. We get that. Yes.
Yeah, so like it was just it wasn't a good thing to say to a man who is, trying to come. So this is what I've learned about having conversations with men. When they come to you with an idea, because men don't talk, right? We just had a conversation. They don't talk. So when a man comes to you with an idea, they come to you with a thought, a plan, or something. We gotta listen, because they may not ever open up again, and that's an opportunity for you to understand. No matter how dumb that may sound, no matter how dumb this nigga may be,
it's true. It's facts.
You listen, because men don't naturally talk. They don't naturally have that will to say anything. So once they start talking, or they come up to you and they say, "Yeah, babe, so I was thinking about a polyamorous relationship." What I should have said was, "Well, where did you get that from?" You know what, but
what else do you have to think? Like, what else did you think about it? Like,
exactly.
You were thinking about it. What else was there that you had thought of besides that one topic?
Exactly. And I shut that person down, and they probably never felt, past that point, they probably never felt comfortable talking to me again about anything that they really felt, serious about. But that, take it to a person that's like with anybody. Like if I came to you and I said, Lavanya, I want to spell, what does Cole want to spell, Martin? Renaissance. And you like, there ain't nobody selling no goddamn Renaissance. And I'm like passionate about it, but I see that your vibe is there. I might feel some type of way, and I may not come to you about my ideas no more.
And now you dead behind the eyes, and you don't never want to ask that person a question again. Something you don't want to talk to them about anything. You don't want to bring any plans about anything. You just sit there and be quiet. Right. Stupid. So there. I do want to paraphrase, but men are stupid. Not to say.
I'm fine.
I've been told this my whole life. Men are stupid, so they're going to come back with you about another thing. Later, they're just not going to come back to you as soon as they should.
If they do, though, I agree. Like the male ego is very, very, very fragile. I asked a coworker too, because I think it's best that, me being my little psycho thingy baby girl. So it's like, what are you doing? Well, why can't you do that with me? And that includes your feelings, and your thoughts, and your wishes and dreams. Is like, talk to me. And so I have to admit, I feel some type of way when I feel like my significant other is not coming to me when they are bothered or just upset in general. Because it's like, I don't want to just celebrate your wins with you. I want to talk to me when you're upset. But his thing be, I feel like he doesn't want to burden me. That's my thing. And it's like, I feel like it's not fair, but in the same breath is, I appreciate that, you want to guard me in that regard. But in the same breath, it's like, I know you are still human. Yes, you are a man. Hear you roar, whatever. But sir, you're still human. You need to be able to break down. You need to be able to vent. And stuff like that gives me pause, because it's like, if you're not talking to me, who are you talking to? Because
the wrong people.
Heaven forbid it's someone else.
The wrong people.
Even worse if you're not talking to anyone. Because I don't want to just wake up one day and now they just don't want to be here, because you have these internal struggles. But that again, we gotta be comfortable. It's not even about, so that's why I was gonna ask y'all. So if we know, okay, so broke men tend to be angry, and you got this man you really, really like, but he a brokey. He a sweetheart, but he a brokey. You really like him, but you keep he a brokey. He got the brokey mentality and be snappy. Cool. How you had that conversation? How do you bring that up, and how would you go about fixing that? We quiet. Oh, I like it.
So I'll say it depends on the mentality of that man.
We don't understand
one at a time.
There are
Yeah, I'm
people,
about to say, go ahead, Shante.
there are people who are broke but do not have a broke mentality. You understand? There are people who are broke and have a broke mentality. So it depends on the type of mentality of that man. If that man is just drowning in misery and anger and he doesn't see a way out and woe is me and life is hard, you're never going to be able to have a successful conversation with that man. But if you have a man who maybe just fell on a hard time, maybe, job got cut. They did some, they did some layoffs or a change of career, or he has a newfound passion that is going to take a little bit more time to get him, uprooted. Those are kind of conversations you can have with that type of man. So I think those type of conversations depend on the mentality of the individual, because you can have a person who, just don't have the finances, but that don't stop them from, going out and trying to figure out how to make something happen. That don't stop them from going out and trying to, figure out how to, put something together. And I think that's where, those type of conversations will have to come into place. That it depends on the mentality behind
So
it.
how would you, let's hypothetically speaking, so let's say hypothetically speaking, how would you handle that if this was your situation? Because I feel like all three of us have very different personalities and how we handle our relationships. So just for audience, just for audience purposes, like how would you go about approaching that rich Auntie style?
For a man with a different, with a broke mentality, and
You love him, like brokey mentality, yeah.
his
So
mentality
you want to
broke?
make this work. Brokey. He's a brokey mentality, but you love him. You gonna stand beside him, so we want to fix it because we love our black men.
Yeah, I
We
don't think
want to
I'm a
fix
fan
it. We're
beside
gonna
somebody
try to
with a broke
fix it first.
mentality.
What? What?
I mean, I don't care how much I love you. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stand beside you. But I guess if I ultimately,
You need somebody who know how to manage some money. I'm saying.
and I mean,
You got to
like I said, I've dated men who made less.
Me, myself, okay. But I also like Richanti is a low-key lane. I feel like she is a hardcore lover. She's like, what, like,
Yes.
hear me out. If she was with somebody who was not who was not book, who did not have the book mentality, and did have something going for himself, she would then be really infatuated, and then she would be infatuated with them. And then if they do become on hard times and then have that mentality, she herself would try to push this person to be better, to push this person. Like, I see her as that type of person because she is a lover. She is a hardcore lover. Don't let that go on, dude.
She right.
Don't
But that's what I'm saying. But see, that's what we talking about. Because the issue is not everybody has gone. Nobody was born with. None of us was born with a fucking trust fund. So at the end of the day, it's like we was broke. We made decisions to end us where we are financially and just where we are in life. But the brokey mentality is what keeps you broke and angry and behaving towards your significant other with that mindset. So, and that's what I'm saying. So, no, we got to talk about, no, you love this man, but he has that brokey mentality. And so you going to leave him or you going to try to fix it and stick beside him? I'm not saying.
Yeah, so I'm not a general
Let him
contractor. I'm
be
not fixing
a
people.
financial. I know.
Yeah.
She said,
I'm not a general contractor. I don't fix people, because at the end of the day, you have to. I don't care how much I preach to you about what it is that you should do. I can tell you all things. I can put stuff in your hand. I can pass you the hoop. If you don't take that hoop and try to slam it in the hoop, then it will never work. You feel me? So like, you can preach until you blue in the face, but if you don't want to do anything, say it again.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what she'll do. This is early on. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to clarify. This is early on. Y'all just met. You realize, okay, every 12 days or so, around before payday, your boo thing, he get a little testy, and you find out, oh, my baby is broke. Damn, he really don't know what he doing. That's why okay, all right. You stepping off, that's it, it's up. We not
No,
gonna
I'm
try
not
to
saying that I'm just going to step off. I just have to. At a
what I'm
certain point,
asking.
at a certain point, at a certain point, you have to have a certain mentality. At this big age, you got to start coming together with.
Agree.
We're not 22. We're not 21. And
we're
no
not
matter how good I look or whatever, you got to come up with a different mentality. And I just stand firmly on the fact, like, I wouldn't be in the presence of a man who carries themselves in that way, because I just don't attract. I'm not going to attract that type of energy. Even if I met with a man, I've dated men who make less money than me. I've never dated a man who was not willing to go out and make something happen. They may have been broke, but again, they didn't have that broke mentality. So I've never acclimated myself or even put myself in a position to be around that person. But again, if that was, if this was another lifetime in another world, another planet, then, I would try to do the best that I can. But again, those things start with you internally. It's not about who I am.
Agreed.
I can't change you. I can't make you do stuff. I can't, God himself would be the person that would have to intervene and come to you and tell you those different, make those changes. But you have to want that for yourself. If you continuously put yourself in positions where you just, like I said, woe is me. Like I told you before, like I had a friend that's, well, she's not my friend, but I had a friend who was like, every time something good happened, it was still like, yeah, I bought a car, but dang, I ain't got no money for no gas. So you can't even congratulate about the car because you worried about you don't got no gas money. It's just, you never can able to celebrate wins because you just have that negative mentality. That cycle was draining you, and you have to be able to pull yourself out of it. There are things that you can do to encourage that person, to support them, but if they're not there, then that's just it. And you have to, again, go back to what I said earlier, you have to have discernment to know when to say, hey, they're not ready to grow. And you don't have to suffer with them. A lot of people think in order for me to love you, I got to go through. No. I don't got to suffer.
Nah.
I don't got to grow.
But
I don't have to grow what you go through. You feel me? Like I've already gone through that.
Yeah.
So I don't have to put myself in a position to actually show my worth and show that I'm down for you and show that, like, I don't have to do any of those things. You expect me to have a certain amount of things to come together as a woman, and I expect the same from you. And if you don't have that mentality to say, look, I know I'm not into, where I want to be. I want to run a company. I don't want to just work. I don't want to just be an engineer. I want to run an engineering company. And you have that mentality and you're doing things to actively pursue that. I'm not saying every day, going out and doing that, because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you got to get through life in itself. And as we stated, we don't know everything that it means to be a Black man and what that looks like. And, it's difficult. So I have to understand that when you put yourself in these situations and you're trying to, understand who your partner is and all of those different things, it just becomes a topic of, where are you trying to be? Where are you trying to go? Where are you trying to get to? And every day is just a little step further to building to those goals or building to that position. But if I'm coming home every day and you sitting on the PlayStation 5, I may have a little bit of a problem with that. But again, I have to understand sometimes people go through depression. Like, I may not want to talk on the phone, and so maybe I have to understand that, but it has to be something where, okay, we've drawn the line. And again, we have discernment. This is not, we're not moving forward. We're not growing. We're not doing anything. This is stagnant. That's when you have to put your foot down and draw those boundaries. But like I said, I don't, a long story short, I don't think I'll be with a man that ain't got no gall, because you can't ride with Big C. You can't ride with Big C if you ain't got something.
I'm not doing it. I don't have the patience. I've been with. Oh, I'm experienced in my early 20s or mid 20s. Males that have been in relationships. So, let me borrow your car real quick. Da, 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 da. Get all that. Then they got the T-shirt. Won't be doing it again ever. I can do better by myself. Double and give it to the next person.
Yeah, baby girl can't do it. I'm sorry. There has to be an adult in a relationship. And I'm very transparent, very early on that I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to be.
You did say yes.
Very early on. I have no desire to be the responsible party. Does that mean I am going to be the financial burden bank or financial burden? Absolutely not. No, we don't do that either. I used to live with somebody, and I used to have certain bills I had to pay on it, and say, yeah, no, yeah, if daddy can't bring some financial foresight to the table, baby, you not daddy, okay? You not, and that's not to say that me acknowledging my shortcomings and knowing that long term, I would not be happy. I would not be fulfilled. Just period. Just all that. I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be fulfilled. I'm gonna end up in the same mentality that I get into when I'm in an apartment and paying the bills all by myself. It's like, okay, are we okay financially? Or are we just working, and my life is passing by? And that's the part of my life, and I can't, I can't. So, yeah, we not gonna take the fun. We had to ask Auntie, cause,
George Auntie.
we just had to make sure,
I mean, you have to know who I am. If I love you, I'm going to do everything.
I was about to say,
for you. Like I'm very passionate about the people who I love. So if I love you, I'm going to do everything in my willpower and my wheelhouse rather to just get you to a better point. But again, I can't force you or change you. You feel me? Like I can't make you do something.
That's anything now.
But you
The
have to.
finances is definitely
I was
important.
gonna say, but hear me out. You can, like she said, you can not be broke and still have a broke mentality, or you can be broke and have that broke mentality. Let's say that if you were with somebody and you are financial enough as the woman to take on the role of being the breadwinner or being the primary person to bring in the money or whatever the case may be. We've had this conversation where Shantae would be okay. I'm sorry, the rich auntie, whatever we are calling whoever, that she would be okay with being the breadwinner. And, right, sorry, my bad. She would be okay with being a breadwinner and allowing the her significant other to be the stay-at-home parent. Not saying that person would have, not saying that person would have a negative mentality or a broke mentality. A broke mentality is just it's the mental thing. Is you cannot have a job or you could not be doing anything but still being productive in the relationship.
Yeah, I think it also comes to like
there's
being
more
able
than
to just carry yourself as well. Like if you aren't
Yeah.
like there's like Taisha said, like you got to be able to like pull your own weight in different ways. Even if you can't pull your weight financially, even if you get into a position where you're financially not there, you're not, you're not in a position, then, you can carry that weight of something that's going on in the house, So I do expect my trash to be taken out and the dishes to be washed and all of those things that may look like gender roles to a woman. I expect you to step up in those aspects because you're not going to put all of that on me because then at that case, you can get out because I can do that by myself. I can do that by myself. I can take care of, I can do all of those things by myself. So you have to find your ways to put your, step up. Like, hey, I know I'm out on my job and I'm trying to get on the grind, but let me go ahead and make sure dinner is cool because I know she just worked 16 hours. I know she just was, just seeing you doing whatever. Let me see what I could do to help out. Like I went on some.
She's been dealing with patients all day. She's been dealing with other people all day. She's been dealing with traffic all day. She's been dealing with so much in her life. She's been dealing with her family. She's been dealing with her friends. Because we as people are not just dealing with work. We're dealing with a bunch of other aspects of our lives. So yes, don't just bring me companionship because if that was the case, not to say it like that, but we can honestly pay for that. We don't really need you to just give this to me for free because if that was the case, I can go get that for free if I wanted to. I don't need you to be bad by myself.
And so the other thing I was about to ask and just thought of, so being that going back to the whole men not having money tend to be more
angry.
Okay. Do y'all think that being pushed into that non-traditional gender role adds to that frustration or hostilities? At that point, like y'all say, even, like he just around the house, he trying to help out because let's say he fell on hard times. Do y'all think at that point, you definitely, like that adds to it essentially?
Again, it depends on that man. It depends on that man. You have to have a certain mentality to just be at like when it comes to being a man and being a leader, there are certain things you like as we said earlier, you just know what you can and can't do. You know where you are, you know what you should do, you know what you can't do, and things of that nature. So it depends on that man's mentality. It may be a little uncomfortable, and that uncomfortability will propel you to get out of that situation, and that's okay. But to have that mentality that makes it angry or you're upset about it, no. That's not weird. That's not okay. But like I said, uncomfortability tends to things that are uncomfortable. You're either going to one or two things. You're going to get out of it, right? Like immediately.
The same boiled egg that hard as a potato, soft as the egg, baby.
Like so, you going to get out or you going to stay in it. And it's going to continue to just be uncomfortable. But 9 times out of 10, you going to let it go. You going to let it go. And that's just the nature, that's the nature of the individual. So if that makes you angry and it makes you upset and to the point where now that anger hostility is now translating into our relationship, it's translating to our household, our family, our kids or whatever, that's a problem. But if that uncomfortability is now propelling you to get out of that situation so that you could be, a better man and get us back to where we were or whatever, then I'm all for that. But there's no reason why you should be angry about doing things that are necessary for us to just go on our everyday life. That's just no different if my man, can't, I don't know. He can't, his hand is paralyzed or something like that, and he can't get to the gas pump, and I gotta pump his gas. It's a certain situation. You understand that? I don't want to be like, dang, now I'm a nigga because I gotta pump the gas.
You the man, you still supposed to figure out.
You know what that situation becomes, and you know what they do. You know what I'm saying? So again, it just goes to the mentality. Like, I'm doing this and for my partner. Not, I'm angry because I'm in this situation. I'm uncomfortable because I'm in this situation, but I'm not taking that in front. I'm not taking that on my partner. I'm not letting that manifest in my relationship. I'm not letting that manifest with my friends or my coworker or whatever the situation may be. I'm not going to let that propel that. That's where that mentality has to come into play.
I would also like to set the tone and let people understand that we know good men. We know good men because we were raised by good men. We had great fathers. So I don't want anyone to say, oh, you don't know a real man until, no. I've had a great man in my life my whole life.
I had two. The other one not no more, but there. Okay.
But at the end of the day, we were raised by good men. So when we say this, we're explaining from experience. We're explaining from knowledge of things that we've been through and things that we expect because our fathers have taught us, or the men in our lives have taught us, that these are great qualities we would like in a partner. So we're not going to settle for less. We're not going to settle for whatever that somebody's just going to give us just because. I can't remember a time that my dad was ever out of work, but I do remember a time when I lived with my father in my teenage years, and he said, "Hey, I don't usually ask you this, but can I get $100? And I'll give you the $100 later." Ever in my life, I thought that was the proudest moment in my life. I said, absolutely, I got $100. But yes, raised by good men, continue to have good men in our family. As the rich auntie said, she got two great brothers. I've met this man. The woman said, I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to look up to think about, oh, let me make sure this is paid for. Let me make sure. No, that girl is there. Don't have to think about it twice. That man said, I'll go run a lick real quick just to make sure my family's good. At the end of the day, this family's going to be taken care of. Not to say that doesn't happen.
My brother is not a criminal. Please don't. I mean,
I was about to say
is,
no,
but he isn't.
I'm not saying that it's okay, but if a man was to tell me this, after I'm on my left dick, don't tell me that's why we still on, bro.
So
don't put me in no danger.
So look, right? So he starts selling drugs so he can make money, more money than you, or he can make money.
The other guy, the guy in general,
the guy, yes, the broke angry man. So now he hyped because he's selling drugs. He knew LA. Now he got money. He happy. You with it?
So no, because no, I don't. I'm too old to be watching my back when I ask.
But people in the back.
No, I don't do. No, we don't do illegal activities. I'm too much of a law-abiding citizen, and I have too much to lose for you to come over here and trying to get me caught up with some stuff. And I'm too petty because the moment you tell me no about something, I'm like, okay, let me call the police now and let's see if you tell them no. So I'm too childish. I'm too petty. So I'm too petty. I'm way too petty. Like I know me. I know me.
I can agree with that.
I know me. I will be like,
you walked in the door with a black YSL and like a white one too. That's okay. I'm gonna call your PO.
I'm going to blackmail the hell out of you every time you say, "Oh, babe, can you take your trash out?" "Oh yeah, in a second." The police won't be here in a second, but can you get this out right now, or in that second, you can do this.
In a second, the police won't be here in a second, but the trash will be out in a second. I'm taking it out now.
Like I said, I have too much to lose to be dealing with some convicts. I can't. Not convicts, but people who are just doing illegal activities, continually doing illegal activities, like just so you could propel. No, I can't.
At this age, I just don't understand it. Like I see in your 20s, you was running stuff, and you was getting yourself into.
We too old to be selling drugs.
But then when you get there,
that money is good.
But no,
because now I'm an accessory. Now you get caught up. Now what? Now I'm sitting in my
Eagle.
I'm sitting in the operating room and they trying to take me out in cuffs. No, they waiting for me at the door. I can't even take my scrubs off because they didn't got me.
Now she's sitting in a holding cell with Chanel one. Now she's sitting in a holding cell with a custom wig and some.
Don't play my destiny like that. She getting on the phone with the portfolio managers and buying the jail. What you talking about? Okay, is that the problem? Why is it?
She in jail. Wait for her bond so
She's
she can
buying
post.
the jail.
What?
She's buying it. Where we at again? What's the number on this tab? Okay.
It's like we just have too much. We just got too much to lose. We got too much to lose. Like it's just
You are green.
it's just too much to lose at that point. Like I don't care how like I'll enjoy the money at that moment, but like at the end of the day, like this is not sustainable and it's just like I said, it's just too much to lose at that point.
It's fast money.
But
I feel like get it as fast as it's going. So you have to think about long term. You can't sit here and be like, "Oh, I'm getting this money so fast." Da, 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 da. But then you got to think about like, so what happens next
if
week?
they have that broke mentality, is get ready to go. That's why. That's what happens. Yeah,
broken
because it don't matter.
There's too much going on. No, you have to start thinking better. I can get in our 20s, we can do that, and then but then you gotta think in our 30s, start buying property.
Nah, I mean exactly. Look, you gotta start putting that money from the street.
Oh, something.
Put it from the streets and buy a block. Like don't be out here just flipping.
Flipping the same $100 bills.
You gotta be doing something else with it and have a long term plan. You know, I like I said, fast money.
There's no way that I can see a man in his 30s still. I'm sorry, I can't see a man in his 40s still sitting on somebody's corner. No, what is
like,
that's crazy?
That's insane. Like you're not even like
You're supposed to get promotions. Like
you have lost
it's just like any other job. If you are not getting promoted, you got to go to a different career path.
Yeah, because like why are you still on the corner? Like
why you supposed to go from the block to the crib to off the block, and now you running. You running people. Like
absolutely.
What?
Yeah, because why you
you think this is the life?
Watching the tree, right? Well, talking about hey, that tree got a new branch. Look. If you want to say you've been there for 5 years.
Nah.
This can't be life. I need you to do better. I need you to start thinking about your future. Like, what is your 5-year plan, sir? Like, this can't be your plan for life. Like, you need to start thinking about, like, a little bit of a goals.
And like I said,
to do better.
You can't be. What about you? What about me gives like corner boy vibes? Like I attract that? Because let me know what you saw that in me, so I can not.
I need to change it.
I need to change it
now,
immediately.
Today, yesterday.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I don't know what you saw in me, but please let me know what it is so I can immediately.
First off, no, I don't know what you saw in me, but let me help you get some vision insurance. Ain't no way. Yeah.
Ain't no way you saw that in me.
Ain't no way you 2020.
Ain't no way.
No way.
We need to help you out a little bit.
No way.
There might not be in right now, but we got to find something for you.
And I if I don't know nothing else, I know about great value eyesight. So I just, I'm just letting you know.
I'm about the great value eyeballs.
I'm here to let you know. I can let you know firmly about vision. You ain't no way you saw something in me. Ain't no way. It's just like we gotta figure something out. There's so many things you could be doing than doing that. It's just like we need electricians, we need plumbers, we need like it just
get a trade. Yeah. There's no way you such a lot to be sitting on a
so many things we could be doing right now.
We're about to put you in trade school. What they say, Home Depot got an HVAC system training that they got. Yeah, we gotta put you
something.
No. Ain't no way you what they say ICP, TP, whoever them letters are, yeah, put that nigga in that. Because ain't no way you thought you about to be sitting here playing with me.
No.
We're putting you in a tree.
And then like what
community colleges got programs where they can let you get your CDL. I'm not fucking playing with you.
Nah, and then another thing, I like to travel way too much, and I like to go out the country. I'm not just going to Miami because you can't get a passport. Like, no, I can't. I travel way too much for me to just be, like it's too much world out here for me to be in Florida every
and now you talking to me talking about but can I get on a plane with no. I'm just gonna do it by myself then. I'm not playing with you and I'm not playing with with whatever your finances are, your program is. Yeah, I'm out of here. Sorry, baby. Won't be me.
Can't do that. Won't be able to do that.
It's not in the cards.
What is pass next?
Doubling in your I gotta see. No, just tell him no. No, I gotta see. No. Baby, I'm gonna tell you no. I'm gonna tell you no. You're not about to sit here and play in my face. I'm sorry. And that's the whole point of the whole brokenness. I just can't. Still going to give it to the next person. I've experienced it. I've been in a person where people say, you bring so much out of me and you make me want to do better. And you just have a light inside of you that just makes me like feel so good. Yeah. And I'm going to take this now, me, myself, the light and everything else that I bring and give it to the next person because obviously you're not moving. You're still in the same position that you were in when we first met. And if you're not going to grow, why the hell are we here? Yeah. If you're not going to grow in any type of aspect, mentally, physically, financially, like job wise, like career wise, anything,
growth is so important.
Going to continue to stay here for. We might as well just stop talking. Stop bothering me. And let me give me my shit back. I'm not even talking about physical shit. Give me my shit back. Give me my energy. Give me my life. Give me my all of it. Give it back so I can give it to somebody else who's going to take it and grow with me. I can't do the whole we sitting still and we just talking about how good the future is going to be, and we're now in the future and we're still talking about how the future is going to be. No, I can't do it.
Yeah, and
I say that was also one of the things with me and the Atlanta joints. It's like I'm out here trying to. Y'all know I don't want to be the adult. So when I'm out here and I gotta be the adult, we can't do a business. We taking care of everything. We moving accordingly, and everything is strategic. And
so side note, she gets
that's one of
she has to be the adult.
I do. Full la la monster, okay? Full monster mode. Yeah. Like I do. I tighten up and get real tight, real quick, okay? And yes, that little soft, submissive baby girl la la, that's not who you dealing with.
You won't get anymore. I have to be the adult.
Yes, I have to be the adult, and I do get a little mean. I'm a little aggressive when I have to be in charge. You can ask them at work. And so the thing, look, that was the thing with the joint from Atlanta. I'm like, all right, first red flag. I'm like, all right, we staying in a hotel at one point. I'm like, cool, all right, we got this money, we got a little extra. Let's put this up towards a down payment for a place. And he like, we don't need to do that. We got the rent. I'm like, whoa. Hold up. Wait a minute. It's bad enough we not fighting. We not even renting.
This is like, you think this is about to be our life?
What?
You
lost yo.
You lost your fucking mind.
So, yeah. I was like, nah, that's not going, we can't do that. That's not gonna work. Okay? Red flags, okay? Look, hey, this is where, hey, that's not okay. We can't do that. So when it turned to Atlanta and Philly, and here I am 4 months later, and we not even just, I'm the adult and we eating ramen. Like, my man's got weed, you got cigarettes, you got your little Xbox, you got whiskey, and you living a little.
Let me just say
this, but I still labor.
Wait,
as a wise woman once said, I'm providing a soft life for you.
Listen, the fastest way.
Don't speak on it. Look, don't speak on it. Look, move it. Don't nobody know but us. Look, all I'm saying
what's going scuff? The quickest way to scuff my Tim. If I see you and you outside living your best life and you owe me money, I don't give a fuck if you at McDonald's with your kids and you buy me happiness. You need to be struggling because you owe me money. Okay?
I don't care if you see
what you got.
Give me my fucking shit.
I bet not every post you make should be like, dang, life is tough. Life is hard. I can't make that's what I need to see because you cannot be out here owing me money and you out here living your
male or female. I don't care who you are.
I don't care who you are. And then don't let me be somebody.
This man would not get up and take a job that was given to him because that might be another that might be a
that's a story for another time.
So a job was being handed to him and he refused it. Okay. He didn't want to work with the person that was getting him the job. So we said, okay, we got a location up the street from the house. You can work there.
Work with that person, but it's still a job.
No. Right, he wasn't gonna work with that person no more though. So
but it's still a job.
We were so good. Look, we were so good. We was like, all right, you ain't gotta work there with that person no more. They got connects for the store up the street from the house. You can go work there and then they won't be there, but they got you the job. I wanna work there. Oh, all right. No, that day, that was the day, you gotta go. You gotta go or I'm going back to my daddy's house. One or the other. We not staying here.
Yeah, no.
Just can't somebody going. Somebody leaving. Either you gonna go or I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm moderately indifferent because my daddy up the street.
At the end of the day, I'm taking care of the financially either way by myself.
One of them I can go to for both, and the other one I can look. She got emotional support to me 9 times out of 10. Right?
Absolutely. Ain't no way you're like, and put me in a worse situation. It doesn't make any sense why why would I stay in a worse situation where I can see myself doing so much better by myself? It doesn't make any sense at all. Why would I continue to hurt myself on purpose? Let me get out of this situation. Let me get out of this broke mentality with this other person, because they say that if you're with somebody long enough, they start to like certain things start to rub off on you, even mentally.
That's why you're supposed to keep positive around you.
So with that said, yeah, I have to surround myself with positivity, because this is about to make me become a murderer. I can see myself now, and I don't like the path I'm going down. I need to back myself up and get out of here. And the crazy part is that people don't see how much you ride for them until you park up.
Oh, why? Okay.
How much you put into them, how much you like suck into them. Say, I can't do this no more. And then they say, wait a minute, I don't feel it anymore. I don't feel the love. I don't feel the.
Yes. Why you acting funny? Why you being weird?
Why you being weird? I can't. I'm not. I just have to stop. I have to love myself a little bit more than I put up to you. Come on.
So story time. Story time about Atlanta.
So real quick, I gotta go into operation in like 3 minutes. So I'm going.
Right now.
We could put a pin in the conversation. We could put a pin in the conversation. It's gonna take me like. Give me like 45 minutes. I'm just going there to pick up the samples.
Bitch, you're a liar anyway.
I gotta inoculate the samples. Just give me 45 minutes.
I gotta inoculate
the video. I'm going to sleep. What are you talking about? Do what I told you to do, hubby. I'm recording. Don't like people hear me talk to you like this.
No, let the world see who you are.
We need an outro.
No.
Cut that shit out. Nah, definitely 100% real. That's what we promise.
No, she done went to Auntie. She don't get talk to you like this. All right, so I can talk to you any way I want you.
Wait, you know how many broke men would love to hear you talk to her like that?
Exactly. That bitch can talk to you any type of way, but I got that.
Excuse me. We're in them, okay?
I'm freaking up. Not we're in them.